a scene script. Have you ever wondered why chiropractors often have their offices in houses and not hospitals? Or why you might find them nestled next to a psychic in a rundown plaza? Is it because they're in tune with the spiritual world, or is there more to it? Picture this: a charming little house on a suburban street complete with a white picket fence. The sign out front reads Chiropractic Clinic. Curious, isn't it? Now, I'm not saying that a house can't double as a reputable medical establishment, but it does raise an eyebrow, doesn't it? And then there's the psychic next door. Now, I've got nothing against a good tarot card reading, but one can't help but chuckle at the thought of a chiropractor sharing a plaza with the local fortune teller. Perhaps they're both in the business of telling us what we want to hear, but let's not get carried away. Today, we're here to talk about chiropractors, those mysterious practitioners who promise to realign our spines and our lives. It's a fascinating field, filled with controversy and debate. Are they healers or hoaxers, medical professionals or master manipulators? Chiropractic medicine, as it's so called, is an industry that has thrived on the fringes of traditional medicine for over a century. It's a practice that is steeped in controversy, with critics and proponents locked in a perpetual tug-of-war over its legitimacy. On one hand, you have people who swear by their chiropractor, claiming they've worked miracles on their aching backs. On the other hand, you have skeptics who dismiss chiropractic as pseudoscience, a clever con designed to separate the gullible from their hard-earned cash. And then there's the curious case of the pre-purchase treatment sessions. Is it a savvy business move or is it a scam? It's a question that's been asked time and time again, often with conflicting answers. So what's the truth? Are these chiropractors the misunderstood heroes of alternative medicine? Or are they simply charismatic con artists plying a questionable trade? So let's delve into the world of chiropractors and uncover the truth behind their practices. Chiropractic medicine, believe it or not, has its roots in the late 19th century, a time when medical science was far from what it is today. Picture this: it's the year 1895, and medicine is a wild frontier, with ideas and practices as varied as the people themselves. Now enter one Daniel David Palmer, a self-proclaimed magnetic healer with a flair for the dramatic. Palmer was a man of many ideas, some might say too many. His theories, influenced by a curious mix of pseudoscience and spiritualism, laid the groundwork for what we today know as chiropractic medicine. Palmer believed in the body's innate ability to heal itself, which is not an entirely wrong notion. However, he theorized that all diseases were caused by misalignments, or what he called subluxations, in the spine that impeded the flow of a mystical life force. He claimed to have discovered this theory after allegedly restoring the hearing of a janitor by adjusting his spine. This event is often heralded as the first chiropractic adjustment. Palmer went on to establish the Palmer School of Chiropractic in Davenport, Iowa, in 1997, where he taught his theories and techniques. Chiropractic, from the Greek words for hand and practice, was thus born from a stew of spiritual beliefs, pseudoscience, and a dash of medical knowledge. Despite facing legal battles and scorn from the mainstream medical community, the practice of chiropractic medicine grew. Palmer's son, B.J. Palmer, played a significant role in this growth, popularizing his father's techniques and expanding the school. But here's where things get interesting. While D.D. Palmer started chiropractic based on spiritual beliefs and pseudoscience, his son B.J. tried to ground it in more scientific principles. However, the lack of scientific evidence supporting many of the practice's claims continued to fuel controversy and skepticism. From its inception, chiropractic medicine has been shrouded in controversy. But how did it evolve into the practice we know today? As time passed, chiropractic medicine evolved, but not necessarily for the better. It's fascinating how a discipline that started with the simple goal of helping people maintain their health has morphed into a commercialized machine that often prioritizes profit over patient well-being. Take, for instance, the common practice of pre-purchasing treatment sessions. You walk into a chiropractor's office for the first time, and before you know it, you're being sold a package of multiple sessions with a promise of long-term health benefits. It's a clever strategy, really. By getting you to commit to a series of sessions up front, they ensure a steady stream of income, irrespective of whether you actually need that many adjustments or not. Then there's the sale of supplements. It's almost as if every chiropractor's office has turned into a small retail store. These so-called health supplements, with their fancy labels and promising claims, are often peddled as integral parts of the treatment plan. But do they really work? Or are they just another way to squeeze more money out of you? The problem isn't just that these practices are scam-like, though that in itself is worrying. It's that they're presented under the guise of health and wellness, making it difficult for the average person to see through the deception. It's akin to a wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will. And let's not forget, chiropractors aren't medically trained doctors. Their knowledge of the human body and its intricate systems is limited, yet they're making health decisions that could potentially impact you for life. The line between helping and harming becomes dangerously thin in such cases, but it's not just about the money. The real concern lies in the potential harm these practices can cause. As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll uncover the potential dangers that lurk behind the seemingly benign facade of chiropractic medicine. You might think, it's just a bit of cracking and popping. How harmful could it be? Well, the answer might surprise you. Chiropractic medicine, despite its seemingly harmless facade, has a darker side that is often overlooked. It's not just about a bit of cracking and popping, it's about the potential harm and injury that can result from these treatments. Consider this. The spine is an essential part of the body, housing the central nervous system and providing structural support. Now imagine a non-medically trained individual manipulating it. The risks are hardly trivial. From minor discomfort to severe complications, chiropractic treatment can result in a range of adverse effects. And these aren't just empty claims. There are countless personal stories and medical evidence supporting this. Take the case of a healthy, active woman who sought chiropractic treatment for minor back pain. A routine neck adjustment led to a stroke, leaving her with lifelong impairments. Or consider the numerous reported cases of disc herniations, nerve injuries, and even fractures, all resulting from high-velocity neck manipulations, a common practice in chiropractic medicine. And then there's the risk of misdiagnosis. Many chiropractors claim to treat ailments far beyond their scope, such as asthma, allergies, or even cancer. This not only leads to ineffective treatment, but can also delay necessary medical intervention. In a study conducted by the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, it was found that for every 1,000 patients treated with chiropractic manipulations, nearly 23 experienced serious adverse effects. That's a number that cannot be ignored. And it's not just physical harm. The financial burden placed on patients is another detrimental aspect of chiropractic medicine. Many chiropractors require upfront payment for a series of treatments, often costing hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. And let's not forget the additional costs of those peddled supplements which, as we have established, do little more than drain your wallet. So, with all these risks, why do people still see chiropractors? The answer lies in the power of belief and the placebo effect. It's a fascinating phenomenon where a patient's symptoms can be alleviated by an otherwise ineffective treatment simply because they believe it will help them. In fact, it's not the treatment itself that causes the improvement, but the individual's faith in its efficacy. This is precisely what makes chiropractic medicine seem effective to many. Consider this. You walk into a chiropractor's office, your back aching. The chiropractor, with their confident aura and professional demeanor, assures you that they can help. You lie down, they perform their adjustments, and voila, you feel better. But is it the treatment that's working, or is it your belief in the treatment? The power of the placebo effect is indeed potent, and it can be likened to the faith that followers of a cult place in their leaders. Just as cult members blindly follow their leaders, believing in their unfounded claims and promises, so do the followers of chiropractic medicine. They remain loyal, despite the lack of scientific evidence supporting the supposed benefits, and despite the potential risks involved. These followers are often convinced to pre-purchase treatment sessions, spending significant amounts of money on a practice that, at its best, only offers temporary relief, and at its worst, can cause serious harm. They're also often peddled supplements that are as ineffective as the treatments themselves. This blind faith, this cult-like following, this loyalty in the face of evidence to the contrary, it's all driven by the power of the placebo effect. And like many cults, the leaders, in this case the chiropractors, often benefit at the expense of their followers. In conclusion, it's clear that chiropractors are not doctors, and their practices can be more harmful than helpful. So next time you see a chiropractor's office in a house or next to a psychic, you might want to think twice before stepping in.